So hey guys, the left lane's back, and here's a little video showing you guys all you need to know right before the new Grand Cherokee comes out and is going to be selling. Basically, these first few pictures are the 2013 Grand Cherokee, which I really love. I think it's an awesome car, kind of like a different car than a Wrangler, but kind of like the perfect mixture between luxury and outdoorsiness and off-road ability. And now they've kind of switched over. It's curvy. It's got that new facelift, which is kind of questionable. A lot more chrome. 8-speed transmission, which actually might be pretty good. And a possible diesel, which should get about 30, they're saying. So that would be really economical. Guys, what do you think about it? I think it's kind of questionable with the looks. Other than that, though, I think it's pretty good.
Well, I have to agree with you 110% on the looks of this car. I love the 2013. I actually go back to 2008 and even before that, those year models, I liked them. I like the Grand Cherokees because they were different. It wasn't just your average soccer mom SUV. It kind of had an off-road edge, yet it wasn't that expensive. It was pretty affordable. Now they're jumping up into some higher price range, and they're getting into almost the luxury market, which is kind of, it's not really their clientele right now. We're going to have to see how that goes for them. Ferdinand Porsche once said, for one to succeed, one must fail at times, which my prediction is what's going to happen with the Jeep. I think they shouldn't have rounded it off. They should have kept it to a traditional off-roader, just like they have been doing. Well, one more thing I'd like to add is, Chris, you touched on the 8-speed gearbox. I kind of like that. I think it's going to make it more responsive and obviously way more economical. As you can see, a lot of cars are going towards that. Mercedes got 8 speeds.
Yeah. The Q7 just put that in there the last couple of years.
Evoque's even going to a 9-speed, which is just crazy. But you're going to see that now because it's more economical, and it should be pretty fun to drive. Danny, what do you got?
Well, I think they're shifting their markets a little bit. I mean, they had a good Jeep Grand Cherokee that worked for a lot of people. It was pretty cheap, and it had a good look to it. But now I think they're going more expensive, and that might push some people away from the company.
I have to agree with you, man.
Yeah, they're almost trying to be a little bit of cheaper version of Range Rover, and with the SRT8, the same price as a Range Rover, getting into that 65 grand range, that's a lot of money, and you could actually get a lower powered Range Rover for that money. So that's a little questionable who would buy that, but it's out there. Hopefully it'll be a little bit better than we think. Hopefully the looks are just kind of weird in pictures, or hopefully they'll just grow on people, because we're really hoping that Jeep is kind of one of those American companies that starts to get up again and starts to get better than the Japanese cars and foreign cars.
I have to agree, man. Hey guys, I'm Nick, and my personal favorite of the New York Auto Show is the 2014 Range Rover Sport, and my god, this car looks amazing. I love it. It looks like a bigger version of the Evoque, don't get me wrong here, but it's great. Awesome car, in and out. A few new things about it. It's going to have driver assist technologies. You can go more into that once the car is actually released. And it's got an optional V6, which I think is just stupid. Why buy a Range Rover if you're getting a V6? And then it's got aluminum construction, or as they say it over there, aluminium. And it's going to be about 800 pounds lighter, so a little quicker off the line. The supercharged version is going to be able to do 0 to 60 in 5 seconds. Gosh, that's awesome for an SUV. It tops the Porsche Cayenne GTS, which does it in 5.3. So it's going to be quick. It's going to look extremely nice in and out. Interior is just going to be really, really nice. Leather, wood. You're going to have a bigger screen up front. It's going to be really cool. So overall, I like it a lot. What do you guys have to say?
Well, me personally, I have to admit the interior is going to be super awesome. And I kind of like that they rounded off the bigger the autobiography that recently came out. You know, that kind of gave it a different feel, more of an on-road look to it, more curvy. But I was just hoping that they would kind of keep one of them squared off, and I was thinking that they would with the Sport. As you can see, the LR2 is not squared off anymore. The autobiography isn't squared off. The Evoque isn't squared off whatsoever, because that recently came out in these past few years. And now the Sport isn't, and I was just hoping the Sport would kind of keep that more blocky look and more of an off-roading, more push for an off-roading side instead of a sporty side. I think the Porsche Cayenne has sporty SUV down packed and no one can beat them. So I'm just disappointed that Range Rover's kind of gone over to the on-road sportiness and quickness. I'd rather have them like make a really awesome off-roader, even though people don't use them for that. That was just my opinion on that. I wish they would have kept with their heritage, because their heritage was the first luxury off-roader.
Well, I think like Jeep, Land Rover's trying to shift their clientele a little bit. But we'll have to see about this new Range Rover and see if it can go off-road as good as the other ones, and if it looks good off-road as well as it does on-road.
Yeah, I think it's going to be able to do both, and performance, gosh, it's going to be awesome.
So guys, that was our take on these two brand new SUVs that are about to come out. Comment in the section below. Do you guys agree with us? Do you guys not agree with us? Are you guys really excited for these cars like we are? Just tell us in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.